Hey, how you doing? So far, so good. Probably jinxed it by saying that, but it has been 17 minutes and it has not gone off once. I think it was worth the money. I think. We'll see. Got me on edge. Like, not expecting things to work. I mean, I caught COVID, and then I bought this... Well, at first I bought this phone, and then I caught COVID, and then this whole setup just stopped working. So far, so good, though. I'll have to test a more demanding game, though. Just want to finish this run first. How's it looking? Not laggy or anything. No. Definitely not gambling at this point. Late in the game. This was on normal mode because I needed to put money in the ATM. A junk. Nothing good. Hello. What's up, Reaver? How you doing? Thanks for your kind words. Yay. Just checking if this adapter is working, which so far it seems to be working. I'll play something more demanding after this. It just felt like playing this right now. I haven't played this game in a while. Game has such beautiful pixel art. Very attractive looking game. Nice and clean. Yeah, I have Lightning and Soul Shackles, which is basically like a here. I even have take off the... How you guys doing tonight? Glad I got this done today. I barely made it there, by the way. I barely made it back. They're having problems with staffing shortages due to COVID, so... here in Bakersfield, we have a county-funded rideshare, which is way cheaper than Uber and Lyft. Even the max price that they charge, like way cheaper than Uber and Lyft, but they have a lot less people driving. Best Buy that I bought this adapter from, which seems to be working so far. Knock on wood. It's on the other side of town, so... If this doesn't work, I have to go all the way back there. Then at that point, I'll know it's just a monitor of the phone. What else does Switch have? A lot of good games on Switch. Depends on what you like. If you like the kind of stuff that I play, there's lots of that on there. Streets 4, Fight and Rage, Ninja Warriors once again, which is still console exclusive. Got all the Musou games. If you like shmups, that console has a lot of good shmups. Basically just the Vita, too. You just have to be willing to, like, look past, you know, the big AAA Nintendo. And you have to look and see if the ports are any good, too, because a lot of the ports are terrible. But I have a playlist on here called the Switch Port Review Series, which is, games that most of them I bought myself, some of them I did get keys for, but, most of them I paid out of my pocket. I go over what's wrong with the ports, what's good about them. I haven't done one of those videos in a while. I haven't really been buying that many ports lately. Yeah, if you like the Vita, you'll like the Switch. That's really all there is to it. I'd argue it's the same demographic. People who like niche games that don't need, like, you know, AAA graphics and stuff. But you have the benefit of having Nintendo games and stuff, so... you know, you still have big games to play, but there's, you know, smaller stuff to play in between, which is really nice, because Nintendo has always had problems with that. I suffered through the N64 era. Well, that console went like months without having any games, so... There's definitely a lot to offer on there. It's nothing like the N64, like, months of drought. You know, Zelda would come out, and then you'd have nothing to play for, like, 4 months, like... You have an open mind towards games, and you can play stuff besides AAA masterpieces. There's lots to it. Thing is, some people don't have open minds, so they say the Switch has no games. Is the Switch region locked? No. You can make an account for Japan, Australia, New Zealand, the UK, and America, and you can buy games off all of them. It's just you have to buy the points cards for them, so that can get a little bit expensive. Just mark up. So if you want to import stuff, it's very easy. Let's play something more demanding. See if this is actually fixed. It's been about half an hour. It hasn't done it once, so might be onto something here. Hard to tell. Might actually have a working setup. Sure hope so, as I paid 40 bucks and went across town to do this today. I don't drive, so I had to take public transportation over there. Oh man, Crosscode. I wish I liked that game. That game just has like 8 billion puzzles. I got really exhausted playing it. No, I'm streaming from a capture card right now. I bought an adapter. No, I have no idea what's causing that, but there's ways around it. I can use another app to stream to YouTube. But the only time I'll be doing that is if I'm at my neighbor's house, which might be later this week, depending on their test results. And I don't really care too much over there. I'm just playing random games while I'm working over there. Problem was the signal going out was making it almost impossible for me to make any kind of high-quality content. It kept cutting out. That's what I'm really trying to fix. I don't really care if the kitty-sitting streams are train wrecks. I don't have to stream over there. So far, so good. It hasn't done it at all. Any updates for Pinnacle? No, this game is, game's a lot like Korean DNF. Goes months without anything. To have charging. I don't think it's charging, no. I'm not too concerned about that. Not going to be making any 2-hour-long videos. This phone can go like 3 hours of heavy gaming without 3 or 4 hours of heavy gaming without being charged, which is not bad. It's more than enough. More importantly, it doesn't die on me in like an hour like my old phone did. The battery was so ravaged. It's like, that was why I started to get into this kind of content, because the other phone I had a really small battery. It was getting to the point like the phone kept hanging and crashing, and the battery was lasting like an hour uncharged. I'm like, okay, this thing is like actually a liability to me. If I get stranded somewhere and I need to wait for a ride or something, I don't want this thing to die on me. So that's when I got the last phone. But the last phone couldn't handle heavy stuff like this. The battery life was not very good either. I'd often come home from my other job, and it would have like 20-30% battery. No, that phone started to become a liability after a while, too. No expandable storage, and then, like, if I did stuff like this while I was gone, away from home, then slightly putting me at risk. I don't care if I... Did I ever do True Style? No, I don't think I ever did. Pretty sure I didn't. You probably did. I used to post a lot on GameFAQs when I was younger. Like the Muso boards and stuff. Muso, DMC, pretty much all the action games. I'll always stand by the fact that we can have intelligent discussion on GameFAQs. It's just not going to be on popular games. Yeah. Super Metroid board on there used to be really nice. You know, it's mostly older people. You're not gonna get like the Call of Duty crowd, like, last game like that. I don't know how it is now, but back then you could have intelligent, friendly discussion about games on there. You just had to not play anything remotely popular, which is a problem, of course, but. Probably recommend it, or you search for Muso or something. I remember you from Koei Warriors, so that's got to be where you came from. I remember you posting on there all the time. It used to be very typecast for Muso, so I just assume people follow me for that. No, I haven't been really playing anything of that genre for a while. Haven't been any good games. Playing other stuff. I remember I got one comment that was like, thank you for this video, I don't care for the Muso games or the action stuff. It was on like one of my indie overviews or something. There's people out on here that don't care for stuff like this. They want to see the cool, smaller games, which is nice. Those are a hell of a lot cheaper to make content for. Those games run on a toaster. They're, you know, 20, 30 bucks tops. No, there haven't been many indies I really wanted to play either. It's been kind of lacking lately. I got a platinum on Vanilla Orochi 3. I think I did it on Dynasty Warrior 7 Vanilla as well. I just don't care for achievements. I'll get the achievements that take skill, but then there's always like something that's just a boring grind. You know, it's like do this menial task like 800 times. Play the game without using the attack button. I'm like, nah, I'm good, man. Thanks, but no thanks. No, I'm pretty good at video games. I don't need to do stupid trophies like that to self-validate. Last full achievement I got was I think like God Eater 3. That only took like 40 hours. I really like playing that game. Wizard of Legend, Indivisible, I did all the stuff on that too, but those were pretty much just play through all the content. No, like, stupid stuff like, craft like 450 weapons or play the game for 800 hours. That's when I start checking out. Like, this doesn't even require skill anymore. It's just grinding or playing the game in a boring way. Lose interest. Yeah, that Gintama game is bad. I know exactly what you're talking about. Usage. That's exactly why I... Oh yeah, I did do that too. I did get the platinum on that game. Yeah, I did get the platinum on that game. Thanks for reminding me. But the only reason I did that was because my computer was in the shop for like 3 weeks. They were having problems fixing my computer. I don't remember why. So all I had was the PS4. I did get the platinum on that game. I really enjoyed that game despite its jank. Definitely one of the better tag combo games. Underrated. Yeah, I did get the platinum on that. No, I have a clip of me on here doing it. I think one of the infamous ones is, one of the games I played was Tales of Vesperia. Had that achievement where you had to, I think you had to save at every save point. There was no indication of how many you had, like which ones you saved at. I remember trying to get that. I'm like, you know what, this is stupid. They can't even be bothered to program like something on the UI to tell you how many you're missing. Like, no, I'm not doing this. Sorry. Thanks, but no thanks. The Tales games always have terrible achievements. It's always like something excessively grindy. Like, you can't even do it just playing the game. You have to go out of your way to do like this repetitive task. Like, you could have already finished the post-game and be like ready for New Game Plus, but no, you need to do this action 800 times. The Tales games are notorious for that. Those are some of the worst games to play if you care about achievements. Unless you just go into it and you tell yourself, like, probably enjoy the game as it is, but getting the achievements be like make you hate it. That's how a lot of games are. I got all the achievements on Wizard of Legend. But that game had very civilized achievements, and I liked playing it. It wasn't asking me to do anything excessively grindy or boring. Yeah, but when they went to HD, they have like the stupidest achievement. Devil May Cry 5 is another one. As soon as I saw one of the achievements was beating the Bloody Palace with V, I completely stopped caring. Because I'd rather drink raw hot dog water than play as that character. Especially play as him for like 2 hours with no break, actually playing a good character. I saw that and I was instantly like, I just don't care. I know I'm above average at the game, but I'm just not doing that. I'm not doing it. I can live a long, fulfilling life, not playing as him, and the achievements force you to. So, like, nah, I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. Oh, Mantis is not working right now. Right. Some people like playing as V, but it's probably like 2% of the player base likes playing as him. V's just a good idea executed poorly. Doesn't have many options. The spirits don't do what you tell them to do. He's just boring to play. Plus, his progression stops like the first playthrough, so even if you do like playing as him, you can't deny that he has like order of the stuff to unlock. So, he gets stagnant to play a lot faster. I think pretty much everybody agrees on that, even the people that can stomach playing as him. You can tell they didn't put much effort into him. It's a novel idea, but executed very poorly. I didn't like Astral Chain either. I hated that game. I thought that game was torture to play. I didn't like it at all. Astral Chain was a game I retired. I tapped out on it. I couldn't take it anymore. I think the problem with V is they were trying to make a character. Um, I have a number of problems with V, and my biggest one is actually not his gameplay. It's the fact that he's just another version of Virgil. And I think that was a really stupid idea, because the character is popular. You know, he's an attractive Bishonen character. a lot of girls and stuff like him. He was easier to play, so it helped people, you know, get to the games and make them more accessible. But they ruined all that because he's just Virgil. I think that was the stupidest idea. Like, the development he adds to Virgil as a character is very important, but if you're gonna make a character to try to, like, bring new people into the series, which works, like, don't just make it another version of Virgil. Make him his own character. Because now they have the problem of, like, people are gonna like... some people like playing as V. You know, because it's a lot easier to digest how to play as him versus, you know, going in training mode for 800 hours with the other characters. But it's just Virgil. I don't know why they decided to go that path. Like, the character was popular before the game even came out because of his design. People like his design. They like his voice. He's not a bad character at all. It's just he's not fun to play, and anything he did to grow the player base is kind of overridden by the fact that he's just Virgil. I think that was a stupid idea. I feel like they don't know how to, like, distance themselves from the Sparta clan. It's like, okay, well, we're scared to make a new character, so we're just gonna make him Virgil. It's like, well, now that character is popular and can't bring him back without doing, like, some Kingdom Hearts shit. I don't know, man. I don't know how they, like, got to that point and didn't realize that it just doesn't work. I feel like even if I liked how he played, I think the fact that they didn't want to make someone not tied to the Sparta family pretty much ruins everything they were going for. He should have been his own unique character. It's like in the DMC universe, it's not like there aren't other people that are powerful outside of Sparta's family. He could have easily just ass-pulled, like, you know, somebody who used to work for Sparta that changed his mind or something. And you could have still had an interesting story, but without all the baggage of having it be tied to another character who's more popular. Yeah, see, Lucia was just some random chick. Didn't have any ties to anybody. Really didn't have much of a character. She had the hots for Dante. Extent of her character, but at least it was somebody unique. There was no narrative baggage. I don't know. I think the fact that they just made V Virgil is far worse than how shitty he plays, in my opinion. Completely ruins the whole thing. Yeah, that would have been more interesting, yeah. I remember that rumor too, back when the game got announced. That would have been a lot more interesting than what we got. Ironically, I remember when people figured out that Urizen was Virgil, because in the trailer, someone pitch shifted Urizen talking, and it just sounds like Dan Southworth. So, like, the biggest plot twist of the game, even though it was already obvious, it was confirmed like way before the game came out. I think the plot was just very predictable. There were some nice aspects to it, like, the whole lesson of not casting off your weak side. I think that's a very important lesson that a lot of people could learn from. In our society, we have toxic masculinity. You're not allowed to cry or be emotional if you're a male. I thought that lesson was actually pretty cool. It's just that the story itself was completely predictable to start. It just didn't go anywhere interesting. It could have done a lot more with it. They have a pretty open, clean slate to work with. Whatever the next game is they do, though. I just think a game with just Nero would be very boring. I don't think they have the balls to do that. I think they would most likely bring them back at the end or something. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they do with the 6th game. I mean, the whole thing of 5 was basically like Virgil learning to like not hate that he has signs of weakness, and the fact that Nero is to the point where he can protect the planet, and Dante and Virgil like aren't needed as much anymore. But I think the fact that V is just a wasted character sucks. And I think they still need to do a lot more with Nero to make him worthy of being a protagonist. In 4, he was very limited. In 5, he's a lot better, but a lot of the arms he gets sucks, and the whole breakaway mechanic is kind of dumb. Some of them aren't good. They don't really need to have that many restrictions. It's amazing how much better he is when you have the mod to switch the arms out at will. It makes him a lot more fun to play. It does not scale up, yes. That's one thing that pretty much everybody can agree on. His progression stops like halfway through the first playthrough. There's nothing else to look forward to. I feel like they were scared to make him... He's only playable in like 4 missions. You're only forced to play him on like the 5th of the game. Which I liked because he sucks to play, but I feel like they wanted to do more, but they knew that like he's not very well designed. I mean, they've done this. Ironically, Capcom has done gimmick characters like that before, like in Basara especially. Basara has a lot of gimmick characters. They're like unorthodox, and I don't like playing as them, but they are very intelligently designed. They're still unique. They're still fun. They're not as fun to play as just the straight melee character. But they do have their merit. It's just V is not fun to play. Yeah. Four's plot was very predictable too. It's just a classic thing that they do in Japanese Japanese fiction, especially JRPGs, where things like that are always like it looks like it's holy and stuff, but it's always corrupt. Tales series has done that countless times. Like, okay, Dante's not just gonna go bust a cap in someone's head for no reason. But the game, like, beats around the bush about it for a long time. It's like, it's not his character. Not his character to do that in the first place. But they try to make you think that it is. It's like the whole thing where the blood is on his face and stuff in the intro. DMC4 is just a mess in general. I played 3 recently when it came out on the Switch. I have no desire to ever go back to 4. Lots of things I can't stand about 4. The enemy design, Dante in general, the backtracking. The enemy design is terrible. Yes, it does. I'm playing with a controller right now. A little bit laggy, though. Having problems doing this. Not as bad as Switch, though. Could not do jumps like this on the Switch version. He would go up a lot higher because of the input lag. But yeah, if you have a good phone, I recommend that port. I'll have to do a port review on it. I'm kind of not playing it right now because I'm not doing my other job. But I will be committing some time to that. Kitty-sitting streams, so I could do a port for it because it's like $12. It's like $12 full price. Yeah, the touch interface kind of sucks. It's a solid port. All right, well, it's safe to say this is working. It's been over an hour. Hasn't done it once. So I have fixed the problem. I have fixed it. Unless it randomly starts happening, I have fixed it. Nothing else. Done here. It's nice, I guess. Well, thanks for helping me test. I think I'll switch over to Seafood now. Unless I can get Mantis running. Yeah, thank you. Thank you guys for testing. How was the quality tonight? I was right. As far as I can tell, it was just the cable. I'm able to return the cable, so I'll probably take care of that tomorrow. Oh, good. Oh, hold on. Let me try to get Mantis working. Make sure it's not like some weird problem with Mantis. Switch back to this for now. Give me a second here. Try one more thing. I don't want to get excited and then find out that Mantis Buddy has been causing this the entire time, which I seriously doubt. Doing the process of elimination here. Now Mantis is not working. I was going to play some of the Dynasty Warriors game, but not doing that with the touchscreen. Not even trying. If this happens, I have to restart the computer. I feel like I might as well just restart the phone. I'll try this. Sorry. Mantis Gamepad Pro likes to constantly go into its time of the month. Stop working. But yeah, it went over an hour. It didn't do it once. So seems like I fixed it. I had the option of getting a adapter that was half as expensive, but I decided not to. Figured there was a very high chance it would not do that. I think this one is actually powered, which might be what's making it work. I don't know. Give this one more shot. Yeah, it's on the computer's end. I'd have to restart. Alright, well, I'll figure that out later. I feel like I know. I can test that by myself anyway. Alright, let me switch over here. Oh, thank you guys for helping me test. Means I do not have to go back to Best Buy tomorrow, which is nice because that costs $14. The public transit here is the ride share is distance based, but they have a flat rate. Max they charge is $10. But the farthest place I go in town is Best Buy. It's only 7. Yeah, that was surprisingly successful. It's nice to have tech just work for once. Thank you guys for helping me test. You know, that $20 adapter probably would have worked, but I know with electronics, especially when you're having problems with like shit not working and it doesn't make any sense why, it's always better to not get the cheap ass brand. Unless it's a micro USB cable, because those things are shitty. Those things are a waste of money. The more expensive ones, because the ends of those things get bent so quickly. Like it doesn't matter how high quality they say it is. Like just the act of plugging it in and removing it after like a month or two, it'll stop working. Like those things I just buy at the dollar store. If I need micro USB, I just buy them at the dollar store. Then I like don't care if they break. I can just walk back over there and buy like 10 more. See what's on Steam. I actually still have some money left from my YouTube paycheck. Spent like about half of it doing this today. Thankfully that worked out. Well, Lost Ark comes out tomorrow. I tried that game and it seemed really boring. No, it just wasn't for me. What's this? This looks cool. Ah, fine. Yeah, a lot of people are really excited for that game, huh? Hope it delivers. I just think making a game like that open world is has a risk of not being very fun because it's going to have like the same trappings of other open world games where you spend a lot of time staring at a horse's butt instead of actually doing anything. I think those games are a lot better when they're like closed and contained. There's a lot more going on that way. I could be wrong though. I don't really care for their games either way. That's just my observation. I have played games that went from being closed to open world, and usually it always has that same problem. No matter how many improvements they make, uh, there's always the problem of you just staring at a horse's butt for hours on end. And the moment-to-moment gameplay is not as interesting because the world is massive. I could be wrong, and maybe they'll pull it off, but I mean, like, almost every open world game is like that. From high to low budget. Dynasty Warriors 9 is like that, but then, like, also the Assassin's Creed games are like that, too. Those games have, like, 10 times the budget that DW9 had. They all have that exact same problem. There might be fun moment-to-moment gameplay, but it's broken up by a lot of walking around. And no matter how you slice it, that gets boring. So I hope that game delivers, but just regardless of my opinion of FromSoft games, I feel like that's a pretty big thing to try to fix because it's been proven you can have infinite budget and still make crappy open worlds that they always have that problem. Ironically, Dynasty Warriors 9 actually kind of solved that problem. There were two things that made the open world in that game work in terms of making the moment-to-moment gameplay not boring. The first was that when you leveled up the horse, it moved at like Mach speed. The horse was like NASCAR speed, but there were also fast travel points everywhere. So once you leveled up the horse and you went around a while, you never really had to interact with the open world that much. Yes, the open world is dead and empty and barren, but you can get around it fast. Can't really say that for a lot of other open world games. Your horse is like a tortoise. You have like really low stamina or something. Breath of the Wild is kind of like that. Unless you do those glitches to like on the power glider really fast. I wouldn't be surprised if people agree with me. Hey, this has a demo. What? Hey, let's try this right now. Try this. Try this. I want to see how this PC port is. Not know that got a demo. Apparently a lot of demos dropped today. Waiting for this game. Demo's not out yet. Yeah, a lot of people feel like that about the Batman Arkham games as well. I know people hated the Batmobile in the third one. Although the third game was kind of a mess from the start. It had that terrible PC port that didn't work. It's so jacked up they couldn't even finish it. Like they had to stop selling it. What a mess, man. How does that happen? The port was so bad they had to stop selling it. I still laugh about that to this day because I know somebody who the game worked fine for him, right? He did like all of the achievements. He completely like cleared the game, but they were still offering the refund, so he just refunded it. He had like the he had like the mythical computer that could run that game just fine. He still got a refund on it. Yeah, and then they came back and they said that they like couldn't really fix it. Like, wow, really? What a mess. Feel like even if that game wasn't so divisive because of the going to the open world and forcing you to use the Batmobile all the time and stuff, like, that would have ruined it anyway. Reputation was shot. I think it runs fine now, but that's just because there's been like seven computer component generations since then, which is how a lot of games end up working. Uh, the port is really shitty, but eventually computers just get so powerful they can it'll still run fine. I'm gonna buy that Warm Snow game. Let me censor myself for a bit. Let me go ahead and buy that here for a bit. I've been wanting to try that game. All right, censor myself now. Downloading. Kinda don't need this anymore, but I'll try it out anyway. I get higher than that, but I throttle it. It's like the only story in this game, by the way. The art is so much worse here. The rest of the art in the game is like so much better. No, it's like you're only gonna see this once. Play this game for hours, but we see this once. We're not gonna like make this artist work too hard on this. I like the story in this game. It's basically like the whole plot twist. I mean, this game has like 2 minutes of plot, but like the story is basically you're summoned into this world by Asura, and he's not malicious or anything. The reason is because there's somebody stronger than him, and Asura is a jobber. So he summons all these badasses from, like, I don't know if they're from across time or just parts of Earth. I mean, there's like a British colonial guy in this game. There's a samurai. There's her. She's obviously from China. The other ones, actually, there's a Viking too. So it's basically just like people from like ancient times that were known for like being badass warriors. And he's trying to train them because he sucks. Which is funny because you've watched me play this game before and you see like how quickly he dies if I get a good run. He gets shredded in seconds. But that's like all the plot there is in this game. It's a very minimal plot game. I just find it funny that it's kind of like it's pretty meta when you think about it, because usually in roguelikes, when you get overpowered, you just shred the last boss anyway. But like that's actually the plot of this game. Like, he's too much of a jobber to do it himself to beat this other deity or whatever it is, so he summons all these badasses to train them. I'm just curious, like, when are they actually going to add that boss fight? just wonder how this game is going to work. Am I going to be able to link my account? I bought all the characters. This is not like it's not a gambling mobile game at all. There's no gambling. The characters are a flat rate, and you can also earn them all for free. The Battle Pass pretty much gives you guaranteed another character. If I have to start fresh on this, I'm not gonna bother. Especially since the mobile version runs fine and I already have all the characters. Well, this game runs in Unity, so you probably had to do barely anything to get this to work. I think the hardest thing they'll struggle with is making it so that veteran players like me, I've been playing this game for a few months now, they can transfer their stuff over. I'm sure they already have plans for that, though. This game will fit on PC pretty easily, mostly just because it's not like it's a fake phone game, pretty much. There's no gambling, there's no loot boxes. Everything is a flat rate. Like, they can just make that DLC on the Steam page. It just bothers me that the people that play this game, they complain about having to pay for the characters. I'm like, dude, it's $4! If you have a phone that can play this, you can, like, not eat out for one day, and you can buy every character. Like, there's people on their Twitter, like, go complaining. Like, these guys deserve money. This is the least scummy online game I've ever played. Like, I mean, have you never, like, read those articles of people who, like, get divorced because they spend their credit card on, like, $3 grand on mobile games or something? Like, how can you complain about this when that's happening? Doesn't make any damn sense. Talk about being entitled, like, they still update this game, too. More than worth it. The Twitter account for this game, it's a good way to lose brain cells. Like, okay, if you can play anything on your phone at all, you have $4 for a character. Even then, if you somehow don't, you don't even have to. You can get them for free. They give you events with the fragments. I honestly feel bad for them. I feel bad for them. People aren't satisfied with flat rate for a character in a game like this, but it's people have spent thousands. Oh, they're all the same, though. People spend, like, thousands. Then they get divorced or they go homeless or something. good fight. No damage. Did I get, like, all the characters, or what? Did they just remove the microtransactions? It's gonna force me to do this. But... Hey. Looks like they've updated a little bit more. Yeah, I have no idea how the monetization will... Like I said, that's like one of the easiest games to do it for. There's no gambling at all. He bought all the characters in that game, and then, like, couple revives, and then the weapon enhancers. It probably cost you, like, $20–30. Which, I mean, you've seen how much money people can spend on that stuff. That's nothing. It just bothers me that people complain about it, though. Like, you're seeing the high quality of this pixel art. Like, you seriously can't, like, dollars? You don't even have to. That's the thing. Like, you can still grind and get them. Like, I didn't have enough fragments to get the Ken Halligan, the British guy. So I bought $1 worth of fragments, and I got him for $1. It's 99 cents. I think there's a limit to how much you can complain when it's that cheap. Not asking much.
"白莲遮天，暖雪降世，坊间皆传。"
老头子给你安排了新任务，准备动身了。要出发了吗？十州城好像已经出现了动乱，事不宜迟，赶紧动身吧。
一小块腐烂的窝窝头，肯定是不能吃了。
这次又给我带什么惊喜来了？啊，决定了，可就不许反悔了啊！不喜欢吗？
总算得救了。那个死胖子把我关在这儿，就因为我偷了他一点点宝贝。这可恶的守财奴！大恩不言谢，你先走吧，咱们回见。 吕氏家族的族谱，最新的一页上写着：长男坤寒，长女淑英，次男。由于次男的名字被涂抹掉了，无法看清。
这次你又想怎么取悦妾身呢？啊，决定了，可就不许反悔了。
Good dong Zhuo.
哪儿来的大胆狂徒？敢扫了我的
Gonna
牙
turn
镜
to a monster or something, or
简直是不知死！
this? Oh, never mind. He's a jobber. He's like Asura from Otherworld Legends. Yeah, he's gonna turn into something. Big boy. Shouldn't call him a jobber. He'll probably die now. Got too much health. Oh, I'm gonna lose this run. Probably supposed to lose or something. It's got like 50 billion health. HP sponge. Okay, I can't dodge that. I guess you're not supposed to dodge through that.
"刚刚可真是精彩呀，就差那么一点儿。
What have they got in here?